Hey guys, I am here with a review of LEGO promotional set 40775. This is called Mini Knights Castle. Comes with 590 regular pieces. It is a miniature version of 406073 Knights Castle from 1984 and the Black Falcon faction, and 6086 Black Knights Castle from 1992. The back of the box shows some of the play features, which we will get to in the review. Otherwise, it is a kind of classic yellow-looking box. There are 4 bags in the set. The first 2 are for 6073 Knights Castle. This is an odd choice because we recently had, I think as recent as last year, a miniature version with minifigures, microfigures. So it is odd to see this one again when the Black Falcon's castle is more popular and generally considered more beautiful. Does come with a miniature knight, which we will get to. At the back of the instructions are some pictures of the original set. Also, before we get to the set, we can look at the extra pieces. I did not separate the knives, so you can see the mold piece that they came on. There are some extra feathers, otherwise just standard small pieces. We do have quite a few of these gray roller skates, which is nice. These are just the extras for the Knight's Castle. So then if we look at the knight from the Knight's Castle, we can see he's riding a white horse. There were 2 knights that came with the original set. One was riding a white horse, one was riding a black horse. Here we have a depiction of the flag as well, which was green and white, which was correct for the knight on the white horse. It does use a lot of small pieces and gets the point across, but I think I prefer the microfigures with printing if possible. This castle does have a drawbridge. No string attached like the original, but still a drawbridge nonetheless. And it also opens up as the original also did. There's only 1 hinge on each side, so it's a little bit flimsy. I don't think more is really necessary given the size of this set. There is a small jail cell, and you can see the Technic pieces in place of the large castle walls. We also have some interesting half-over build technique here on the second level, which is nice but sort of unnecessary in my opinion. Still, it's a decent set, but I'm not quite sure what I can do with it given I already have the other micro scale castle. Then we come to 6086 castle. This was my favorite castle. This is my favorite Lego set, 6086, not the micro version. This one likewise also has a knighted figure. This not being the very popular knight with the white plume, but this being one of the standard knights. He comes on a black horse. I suppose it's because this one is very colorful and contrasts nicely to the other knight. The extra pieces here are a little more mundane. We have a bullhorn along with a lot of small gray pieces. Then for the castle itself, this came on a raised base plate, so they do their best to emulate that. with plates stacked on plates. I think it does, overall, it does a good job of emulating the raised base plate. Here too we have a drawbridge, ironically smaller than the other one, about the same size. Both of the drawbridges would pose a challenge as they require 3 studs high, 3 plates high to get onto. There is a gate, but it is not possible to raise and lower it. And then here too we have some interesting build patterns with also a half over step for the second level. We have a nicely done micro version of the Tudor style. I considered it a kind of boathouse because this ramp didn't really necessarily go anywhere in the original set, and they also had boats. We have an impression of the large flag, which looks much too large and much too similar like a Lego sandwich. And nicely in the middle we have the, don't know if it's meant to really come up, but in the original there was a jail, and maybe it's not meant to come up, but it does look like you can see through the grates here there is a hole in there, which is part of the pit. And finally, behind this door up here, we do have a cone that is glow in the dark to represent the ghost. So this is sort of another figure. So there's about 3 figures in this set, 2 knights and a ghost. I think overall it's okay. I know it's supposed to be aiming at the nostalgia value, which I generally really like, and it does include my favorite set, but overall, not quite sure what to do with this. I suppose if you didn't have your original and yet you really liked the original, this set could fill some gap or hole in your life, but as I do have the originals and they are far superior to these micros, and I have the micro version of this one. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying that those were better. So to me it's a lot of extra small gray and black pieces, which is also welcome. So I would say probably probably a 2.5 out of 5. Nothing so special or really excellent here, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.